Thousands of women are living with the physical and emotional scars of female genital mutilation. Figures released from the health trusts show that around the country show around 500 new cases are being reported each month. But a North West charity is warning that many more than that are going unreported.
Well, in a minute we'll be hearing from the head of that charity, which is based in Rochdale. But first we can hear from one of the young women she has helped, who was cut in Gambia just before she moved to Manchester.
I remembered being 6 years old, coming home from school around 4 o'clock, and my auntie was sat on the sofa and she said, "Come here." And she said, "Oh, it's a special day for you today, so we're going to take you and your friends, and are you going to have a party?" So we got into a taxi in our brand new dresses and we were taken over to a different side of the country, and this is where I had my FGM done. I was sat in the waiting room with all the other girls waiting to take their turns to go in, and I heard the strangest scream come from her. It felt goosebumps, and I felt my heart rate going up, my stomach dropped, and I thought I changed my mind and I thought I didn't want to be here. I was taken into a room where I was held down and FGM was practiced. I remembered feeling shocked, a lot of pain, excruciating pain. And I remembered screaming so hard I had a cramp in my neck. And I remember turning around to my grandmum and I said, "I'd never forgive you." And she pat me on the back and she said, "One day you'll thank me." Up until 3 years ago, I would say I had a lot of self-pity, as in, oh, why has this happened to me? Why did I have to be born there? And why couldn't my parents be strong enough to say no to all the cultural pressure? And then doing research and finding Peggy and NESTAC, where they offer support on people who've been through FGM, I think I'm more positive now. And at the moment I'm more focused on positive things like helping people or women who've been through it, who are finding it more difficult to talk about what they've been through.
Well, Peggy Malongo runs a programme called Support Our Sisters in conjunction with Salford University. In fact, they helped that young lady we saw there. And she helps many more women in the North West who have undergone FGM. Thank you very much for coming in to speak to us. You set up this charity in 2003, so you obviously felt it was a problem then. Has it got worse, do you think?
I would say that the problem has always been there, and it's just like recently, especially these last few years, there's been more an increase in terms of awareness. That's why we are talking about this today, but the problem has always been present here in Greater Manchester.
Peggy, we hear about FGM in the news. Just tell people, why do people do it? Why is it done?
I would say that we might have different reasons, but predominantly I can mention culture and tradition.
Okay, and why? But you know, culture and tradition. But what purpose does it serve?
It is a sign of a symbol of purity. This is the way most of the communities will be seeing it, as having a young girl circumcised will be like a symbol of purity.
This must be, I would imagine, you must hear some terrible stories. What effect can this have on the young women?
We can have lots of short-term and long-term effects, but if we need to stick to the long-term ones, this is where we are focusing now, life after circumcision. We'll be talking mainly lots of physical impact and also emotional.
Does the work you do make a difference? Can you see that things are changing for the better?
Yes, we can see it. As an example, I can mention the young woman that who you've just seen. So she's been all through this process, going through the therapy as well, and now she's one of our best FGM campaigner.
And awareness is so important, isn't it? And you've received money from Comic Relief, which will help that.
Yeah, it's mainly because we do have awareness across the country, across the region, but it's not enough. So Comic Relief money helped as well in terms of training, in raising more awareness, not only amongst professionals, but also a lot in the communities.
Peggy, thank you very much indeed for coming in.
You're welcome.
Peggy Malongo. And it is, of course, Comic Relief on Friday evening here on BBC One.